Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to VGCom's Hitman Blood Money! Here on episode 9, aka the final episode of VGComs. Yeah, we've come a long way here, going through all these missions. Whew, and now it's time to finally end it all. Quite a ride it has been. I believe I just said that. Nevertheless, it is true. We've been through quite a few missions, but kind of surprised that we didn't even make it to the double digits here for our first season. But I think that's for the best. You know, keep the first season short. And if things go the way I want them to when it comes to the recording and editing process, then the second season is going to be much longer, full of episodes that I don't think they're going to reach into the triple digits. Oh, let us hope not, but they'll definitely go into the double digits quite a bit. So here we have the FBI agent and the reporter and this mysterious lady whose face is not being seen entering what looks to be a funeral for Mr. 47.
Ready to hear how it really went down?
And this is how we're going to be transitioning right into the cutscene before our final official mission, Amendment 25.
Mr. 47, the nation's gratitude.
Skip the
And yeah, the annoying kid, I think we've all had to deal with one of those every now and again. Those are never fun.
Give me the big picture.
But, that's just a part of airline travel. And I gotta say, they did a pretty decent job rendering this plane. You know, both the inside and the outside. Definitely makes it look convincing. And this is part of what I mean whenever I say that video games are kind of like movies. And even though this part kind of is a movie, but we, even if we were given control over here, we would only see what the video game developers want us to see.
Contact you if I need more information.
And it's kind of interesting how video games work. I think most of you have watched Boundary Break, great YouTube channel. And whenever they show off stuff in that channel, they show that only parts of the game are ever rendered at a time. They never render everything at once. And I always find it to be just really fascinating how that works.
Happy birthday, sweetheart. Did you...
Just the way video games, just the way they work, just the way you only, I know I'm saying this a lot, I'm repeating myself, god damn it, but, you only see whatever developers want you to see, and there's just so many tricks that they used in order to get the most out of any system they're using, any console that they're using, any engine that they're using. Whenever it's done right, it's just so, unbelievable! Also, instead of Diane giving us the final briefing, it's good old Agent Smith. So that's good fun times.
But we can't rely on them. We can't rely on them because the man behind this assassination is the acting vice president. The same shadowy group that got him appointed to the vice presidency wants to put him into the Oval
Anyways, we're going to be looking through our updates here now, just looking up the 25th Amendment just to see if it was what I think it was. And we'll be talking about it once the title screen pops up for it. Sorry about that bit of dead air there, but hey, at least you got a bit of conversation from the Agent Smith, so that's something at the very least. Going through here, getting some upgrades, and even though I'm getting sniper rifle upgrades, I don't actually use it. Why? I don't know. I'm a bit of a numpty. So this, for this mission, we're going to be going to the White House, and we're going to have to kill the Vice President of the United States and Mark Parchesi III, I believe his name is. If not, then that will be quickly rectified once you see his name pop up on the screen, the loading screen. Come on, just do it. Go. What am I waiting for? I'm out of things to say. Come on, past me. Yes, thank you. Amendment 25, which deals with the succession of presidency. So if the president dies, the vice president becomes president. VP Daniel Morris, Mark Parchesi III. Yep, there it is. I was correct. Hooray, I am a genius. And of course, these two are planning to murder the president, but it's a good thing that we don't have to deal with any sort of time limit. So we just take our time, be as stealthy as possible. Just try to be Cool Hand Luke. I botched it. I botched this horrible joke. It wasn't even fun to begin with, but I couldn't even get that going right. So you know what? Because I couldn't even get that joke right, let's just go guns akimbo. That, and we already had our Silent Assassin rating. We already got the one, so we don't really need another. And we also got a Hitman rating, I believe. during the New Life mission, so you know what? Why not? Let's do this. Let's just take out everyone. No witnesses. Or at least as few as possible. And I do love that we can just knock people out and steal their guns. That's kind of a nice move. I can't remember 1,000 Hitman contracts. If it is, let me know. Also, this episode is being recorded on Christmas. I hope you all had a fine holiday season. Mine was quite decent. And, things are going well for me. I just started playing Borderlands 3. That's probably going to take up a lot of time. I was kind of conflicted whether or not I was going to get that or The Outer Worlds. I decided to go with Borderlands 3 because I just, it's the third part of the franchise. It might be the final part. I don't know. Don't tell me. No spoilers, please. Oh, man. But I do enjoy the fact that we're going to different planets there. We're getting some really nice and different locales here. And speaking of locales, as I said, we're in the White House, and if you don't know where you're going, this place can actually be a bit of a maze. During many years, words, I can use them. Many years ago when I first played through this mission, it took me hours to find my way around, mainly because I was a teenager and I got turned around so easily, even though even as an adult, I get turned around somewhat easily, but, as a teenager, even more so. So it's just a progression of how little I get turned around. And we are really just mowing down everyone in this one room. And we are really low in health. I was just absolutely terrified of, how the hell was I going to make it through this mission like this? How? How? But I somehow did it. And I was kind of amazed by it, to be honest with you. But, if there's a very simple path to follow if you, Alright, turn on. Yep, there. No, god damn it. Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. You made me put a hole in the wall. That just absolutely ruins the decor. Alright, so our marine disguise is absolutely ruined. No thanks to that person actually doing their job, trying to protect other officials and civilians in the building. The jerk. And I have no idea what I was on about previously, so let's just move on. Oh yes, the location. Yes, so the way I was kind of confusing, but if there is just a single path, if you follow it correctly, that'll just lead you to wherever you need to go. It's a lot simpler than it seems, really. And ooh, I think we had a headshot there. Can't entirely be sure. And this is the Oval Office, I believe. I could be wrong. I'm not that intelligent. One thing I do know is that this is the First Lady, and she is no longer the First Lady because you kind of need a pulse to do that job. I know that may not, and some people may see that as discriminatory against zombies, but, I don't make the rules. Maybe if you vote for a zombie that's running for office, we can change the rules, but until that time comes, it's just the rules. The rules are the rules, and the rules say you need a pulse in order to have a job. That's just the way society is operating at the moment. But, like I said, once zombies become a thing and they start holding power, then the rules can start changing. But until that time, we gotta follow the rules. Also, get the key card, get the key card, get the key card. What are you doing? Ah! I am so stupid. I think I picked it up from someone else if I haven't already. There's a lot of things that happen. Yeah, why be a carpenter when you can be an FBI agent? That's the cool thing about Agent 47. He essentially gets to choose his own career path. It's just that whenever he chooses one career path, that means that he just has to take the place of someone else who's already there. So they kind of have to go, as it were. And believe it or not, we're already nearing the end of this mission. Which is interesting. Now this building in and of itself can be a bit of a maze by how it's built because it is a cubicle. And if you've ever wondered why people hate working in cubicles, it's because they're essentially miniature mazes. It just makes employees feel like rats in a maze. And despite all their rage, they're just rats in a cage and all that. And yes, video game, I know, I'm on candid camera. Hello! How's everyone at home doing? Yeah. But that's not what's important. What is important is the fact that we went out the wrong way. Way to go. It took me a few seconds to realize this. Because I'm stupid. I can be very stupid sometimes. Even after playing this level quite a few times. Could you imagine getting locked out without your keycard? That would just be the absolute worst. And of course, always remember to consult your maps. That way you always know where you are going. Because if you don't, you'll get lost. And then you'll wander around for hours and hours and hours and hours. Now here I'm going to try a trick that does not work out well. I've seen other people do it, but I just can never do this. So here, we have this cutscene. And after the cutscene ends, there's a brief, like mini second, like half second, where if you have your guns pulled out, you can shoot Mark Marchese right here and just, you know, avoid the whole rooftop battle to begin with, because otherwise we're going to have to chase him all the way to the rooftop, as we're about to do right now, and it's just a thing that is a little annoying because we're kind of low on health, and this guy has super powerful weapons that he can kill us with rather easily. And the fact that he doesn't is kind of amazing, really. I think we got super lucky. But nevertheless, we're going to try our best. Also earlier, you may not have noticed, but I created a separate save file there just in case I died. But thankfully, somehow, I avoided death. Just one of those things where every time I create a save file, it more often than not results in me not needing it. But whenever I don't create one, it generally results in me dying, which is all of the not-so-fun stuffs. Also, because the sprinklers are going off, that's creating a panic, and I think also covering up noise that's happening outside? Hopefully. I think that explains it. And nope, there he is, just running away, trying to hide from us. But there is no getting away from Agent 47. He will find you, and he will take you down with a vicious blow. And this is where I just end up missing a lot, because I'm just so nervous that I just cannot hit him for the life of me. I'm just like getting so frustrated and flustered. Ugh. But all is good. We took him out. And just the fact that we were able to avoid that is kind of amazing. But I decided just to cut to us exiting the level because we don't really need to see the journey back. It's just literally us walking back with literally nothing interesting happening in between. Nothing at all. It's literally just us walking back and just backtracking, and I just don't find anything interesting about that, and I don't have anything to say about that, other than it's interesting that the game doesn't give you one of those secondary exits, other than the entrance of the level, because quite a few games do that. I mean, quite a few levels in this game actually do that, but this one does not. You exit where you enter. And obviously, our final rating is not going to be good, but who really cares? We had 2 witnesses, don't care. Covers blown? Yeah, but at the absolute very least, we were not caught on camera, so we at least have that going for us. We can be proud of that. Although we didn't get any close combat kills and no accidents, so that's kind of disappointing. Also, we barely hit any of our shots. That's kind of disappointing. Less than 50% is not ideal when it comes to being a proper hitman, which is why we're not rated a hitman, and that is also why we're not given a rating bonus. But then again, you know, when it's the final mission of the game, that kind of stuff doesn't really matter. Also, there's nothing unlocked by getting Silent Assassin on every mission from last time I checked, which is a little disappointing. Also, this game is promoting a fight to take place in 2002, but this game itself takes place in, if I were just to pan up, go ahead, pan up. Find the date. Where is it? Nope, that's not it. There it is, right over there to the left. Yes, me having a bit of a mini freak out over that. Like, why? Why? Clearly, one hand was doing something that the other was not aware of. That's the only explanation that I can come up with. Nevertheless, it's time to transition into our final mission. You see, that was our final official mission of the game. This one is more of an epilogue than anything else. And while this cutscene is going for the next few seconds, I'm going to get myself a drink. Don't worry, I'll be right back. See, I told you I'd be right back. Professionalism, you're swimming in it. This is the advantage of doing commentary, is the fact that even when gameplay is going on, even though this is a cutscene, but even if I was showing just regular gameplay footage, I don't need to focus on being good at the video gaming stuff in order to provide what is probably mediocre commentary. But hey, it's what you expect, I suppose. I'm no NTOM64, and I'm definitely no Luis Medrios? I can't even remember how to pronounce his last name. But I'm definitely no member of HFC or BSC, or any sort of professional commentator. I'm just a schlub.
What are you doing here?
Oh, Diana, that's her name, not Diane, Diana. Fuck. Her Britishness threw me off. Also, we still don't get to see her face. That's a very interesting thing, the fact that for 4 straight games, we never see her face. And what's the first thing we see in Hitman Absolution? We see her face. In the shower. Right before Agent 47 shoots her. I really hate Hitman Absolution. I really do. A part of me wants to do a commentary of that game just to show off how terrible it is, but I generally like to play good games, you know? I don't like to get frustrated while doing commentary. Also, betrayal. Betrayal. Betrayed me. Our handler sucks. Also, 47, he said a bad word. He said a naughty word. Which is not something you usually expect out of 47. He's usually very, very calm and collected and always has a plan of how to get out of any situation. But when you get poisoned in the back of the neck, I suppose there's only so much one person can do, even if you are the ultimate clone assassin.
I've never actually killed a man before. It was surprisingly pleasant.
That sounds a bit terrifying. I'm not sure why I went to a singing voice there. I'm a very strange person if you haven't been able to tell already. So, yeah, 47's kinda sorta dead. That sucks. Kind of a sad way to end the game, but you saw the real way he died, not acting like a clumsy fool as the former FBI agent suggested. So he's a bit of a liar. And now I have Liar by Sandmarks stuck in my head. Quite a catchy song, that is.
Presence in the White House moments before the assassination.
I'll be damned.
If cloning isn't outlawed.
And this ending sequence is...
Who actually killed him?
It's easily one of the more challenging missions,
He stumbled coming
as you're about to see, and Diana there is creating some sort of concoction, putting it into her lipstick, and
nefarious assassin
she is going to walk over to us and revive us in one of the more unique ways.
signature sequences from the 5 men of the Ortmeyer project.
Also, I'm sad that this is the only mission where you get to wear that fancy white suit.
Ortmeyer clone to have that DNA.
I guess, you know, they wouldn't really search her for weapons because, you know, she's acting like she's part of the franchise. And yes, that FBI agent there is the leader of the franchise, the rival assassin group.
47's ashes.
So all of his talk about good morality and all that, good intentions, it was all a lie, a fallacy. And here's the mission, Requiem. And who's the target? I believe that is... Mary? Virgin Mary, I think? I don't know. I don't know statues. And yeah, here's the credits. But things are a bit blurry, but they're just a faint sign of life. So all you gotta do is just jiggle that control stick, and this happens. Wait for it. Here we go! Once you awaken, just choose a target and just start firing, because in this mission, if you don't take people out quick enough, then you'll have to reload, and while you're reloading, you're gonna have a whole bunch of people shooting at you. So just try to take people out as fast as possible, and everything should be grand. And your mission here is to literally kill everyone who's around here. Everybody. Everybody's getting killed by 47. I say everybody's getting killed by 47. Rob Zombie is really cool. And there are quite a few weapons around the area, but I think we'll stick with the silver ballers just for the sake of thematic stuffs. And you might be thinking, oh, that guy in the wheelchair, he's not going to be a threat. Yes, he is. He's probably one of the biggest threats in this level because he has a powerful handgun on him. Handgun that can only be found in this level. As you can see, he took us down to our absolute last hit point. Ooh, once I saw that, I was getting real nervous until I realized, oh wait, the only people left are the preacher and the reporter. And yes, we have to take them out as well. Even though they're innocent in all this, but, you know, as Minoru Suzuki would say, no witnesses. And I am just running low on ammunition, but I had just enough to take them out. Kinda sucks to see the innocent people go, but I guess there's a lesson to be learned here in that you gotta watch who you associate yourself with. People are not always what they seem. I think that's the lesson. If not, then I'm just pulling something straight out of my anus cavity.
Yes, Your Majesty. Almost all of our resources are online again.
And yeah, the agency is back and online, and we can just barely make out Diana's face in that reflection. Just barely. And there's a reason that we never see her face, is that she's supposed to be like this mysterious person, I guess. At least that's what I gathered. And here's a cutscene that goes absolutely nowhere.
Johnson.
That is... sorry. At the very least, if Absolution's to be believed.
Things about your establishment. I'd like to see what you have to offer.
Man, my throat is just killing me today.
Back.
I'm just getting parched way too easily.
Right this way.
Hopefully, and it kind of sucks. I thought I'd be going with a bang here in the final part. Oof, this has just been a complete disaster. But no retakes. None. That's not how we do things here. This is how we're ending the commentary for the first season. Oh, almost as disastrous as how it started. So that was Hitman Blood Money. Overall, a very fun sandbox stealth / puzzle game. And that is how I generally classify it. And I think hopefully I was able to show off why I do see the game that way. While there are a lot of stealth elements in the game and you can play the game stealthily, that's not the only option. And this isn't your prototypical stealth game, as most of the quote-unquote stealth is hiding in plain sight, using disguises to move around the area. And different disguises give you access to different areas, and I always love it whenever you find just that one disguise that gives you full level access, because then you get to really you get access to essentially all the toys in the sandbox, and it just feels great. It feels fantastic. And this is really what people want when they ask for a Hitman game. They don't want Hitman Absolution, where most of the gameplay is the prototypical stealth genre type game where you're literally just going from checkpoint to checkpoint to checkpoint, avoiding the guards or killing the guards, but moving in a very linear fashion from checkpoint to checkpoint. That is not what people want. I still remember reading about the game's development, and every step along the way I was just like, oh no, stop it, what are you doing, why are you doing this, no, stop it, no, no! And even at a point where, for a time, 47 was actually recast. Yeah, the guy who's been voicing him for the past 4 games was recast. Why? I don't know. It was only after fan outcry that they brought him back, which is just, that's like the only positive I can say about him at Absolution is at least they still kept the same voice actor for 47, but there's so many problems with the game. The level design is mediocre. There's a few decent sandbox levels, but outside of that, it's mostly just going from point A to B to C to D. And on top of that, 47 acts like an idiot. We've seen how he acts in this game, how he's a badass, always smart, always knows what he's doing, and you have to be really cunning to get one over on 47 like Diana did. When it comes to 47 in Absolution though, this guy's easily fooled by everybody. Everybody can fool him in that game. It's so dumb. They make him so dumb. It's so frustrating. Also, at one point, in order to bargain for information, he willingly gives up his silver ballers, the ones with his signature insignia on them. Instead of, the usual thing 47 would do for information, which is throw a guy to the ground, point a gun to his head, and tell him, you're going to tell me what I want to know, or you're going to end up with a few extra holes in your head. And I didn't want to rag on Absolution because I really wanted just to talk about how great Blood Money is, but part of why Blood Money is so great nowadays is by looking back at how terrible Absolution is. It's like they're two opposite ends of quality. Now, I'm not saying Blood Money has some of the best writing, because it doesn't, especially in retrospect, but it knows that the writing is what to be focused on. It knows to focus on the levels, to focus on different ways to take out targets. And there are so many ways that I did not show off that you can take targets out. Especially in levels where I just went crazy with the gunplay. There's so many stealth ways you can just move around a level, different ways you can manipulate it. And it's absolutely amazing. I highly recommend picking this game up. It's on PS2, 360, and PC. Go and get it. It is easily one of the funnest times you'll have with a stealth game, in my opinion. Of course, there is the sequels that are out now, which I still haven't tried personally, but I'll definitely be trying them sometime in the year 2020. Speaking of 2020, I'll see you in that year for the next season. Not sure exactly when, but probably late January, early February. And the video's already long since ended, so I'll see you guys then. Thank you for joining me for the first season of VG Comms, and I'll see you in Season 2.